What's up everyone? So today I picked up the new iPhone XS Max, and of course one of the big things, especially as a photography, more tech-centered channel, I'm not going to do a phone review. Those don't interest me a ton. It's a phone. They do similar stuff with a couple upgraded things. Yeah. I'm here to talk about more or less some of the camera stuff, and specifically more or less the portrait mode, the upgraded, better algorithmic, how it reads portrait mode, and more specifically the bokeh and switching the f-stops or aperture after the fact that you take a picture. Now, I tested a couple things before this, and I was originally going to say it was actually awful, but I figured out one flaw of it and why it was so bad in that, and then I figured out it's actually not that bad. We'll talk about it. So to give you background on what the portrait mode is and what the bokeh thing is, it's essentially the algorithm to determine the out of focus areas. And now with the iOS 12, you can slide the aperture after you take the photo from f16 to f1.4, and it looks like the photos take at about f4.5 when you defaultly take them. But then you'll see it in the previews. You can slide it around and change the out of focus areas and go from there. Now, I came from the iPhone 7 Plus with this. I kept on iOS 10. I think it's 0.33. I never upgraded to 11 or anything. So I had the portrait mode when it just came out, especially on the 7 Plus, and I was one of the first to test it, put it up on YouTube, and really share my thoughts on it. And it was awful. It wasn't good. It looked very fake. It cut in at very weird areas. So when they were talking about this and you see the promos and everything, but the newer phones and iOS 12, you go, well, is it really going to change? So that's one of the reasons why, I went outside for a while, tested some things. One of the things I like to do when I first get a phone is take a picture of the box, post it everywhere. And what I noticed is, I'll show the clip here, is that it looked awful when using a very, the white box against a more highlighted type of background. The phone couldn't distinguish where to do the out of focus areas, and it looked really bad. So then I'm like, man, this thing really isn't that good. But then I said, you know what? Maybe this is a flaw in this. I'm going to try a darker subject, a darker background, and I'll try myself. So I took my iPhone 3G box. I have a weird Apple box collection. I don't have every phone. And I said, this is a darker subject against a lighter background. See if this will work. And then as you look at it, you will see it actually works very, very well. As you slide from the 1.4 to 16, you see the progression. It doesn't really cut into the box as the white one did. So then I said, well, how's it going to work with a human? Someone with ears and depth and everything. Nice rounder face. What's going to happen? So then I just took a regular selfie mode, as pretty much anyone would who's using these phones. Now, mind you, they're not DSLRs. It's not real depth of field. It's just imitating it. But I was actually pretty impressed. And the issues you will see is when you do slide it down to that 1.4, you do get weird cutting off, and it really looks like it kind of just slices off very, very abruptly, and it's not that good. So if anything, I found better results at like 2.8 if you leave it there. The background blur does look a little too fake, but it actually looks pretty good if you're trying to imitate a DSLR or mirrorless camera look. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's actually very good, but I want to hear your thoughts on it. This is basically just what I noticed. If you have something that's a lighter subject and there's a lot of highlights going around and it kind of blends in, maybe if you have blonde hair too, it might not work the best and you get some weird cut-ins and it won't look that good. But darker hair, darker subjects, products and everything will definitely work out very well from what I've noticed. And you don't have to go crazy testing that or anything like that. But that's what I noticed. The more highlighty areas on lighter, whiter subjects, not the best. So be careful about that. But other than that, it's actually very good. I'm going to do more photography related stuff. Once again, I'm not going to cover the phone going forward. And maybe just one or two videos. But other than that, maybe test out some long exposures with it. So let me know if you want to see that, and let me know your thoughts about this down below. Once again, I'm new to the whole iOS X, 10. Oh God, I'm going to get killed for that. The iPhone XS Max. Yeah, new to all this stuff. It's a lot to get used to. Man, do I miss the thumbprint. But that's how it is. It's all Face ID. We'll go from there. But that's the new portrait mode and how it really works, and the one flaw or one key thing I noticed that you have to look out for.